when we were made. It was no accident. We were tangled up like branches in a flood. I come as a blade, a sacred guardian. So you keep me sharp and test my worth in blood. You got me in a chokehold. You got me in a chokehold. Beneath the stormy seas, above the mountain peaks, it's all the same to me. It makes no difference. I've seen my days unfold and the impossible. I've turned my walls to gold to bring you home again. So show me that which I cannot see, even if it hurts me, even if I can't sleep. Oh, and knowing act out of a holy duty to be constantly. Oh,
All right, guys, what is going on? What is Gucci gang? Welcome to the live stream. It is Tuesday, and I slept in today. My goodness, your boy slept in today, dude. I've been up for like 2 hours. It is Tuesday, November 5th. It's already November, dude. 2024. So, welcome everybody. Did you guys trade today? Let me know if you did. I have not. I do not plan on it unless we get a really, really nice setup to go short for 57.81 on ES. Otherwise, I am just watching, or I'll be just watching. What's good? Naruto, Eberneth, Amin, Marvelous, MJ, Toby, Flacco, Shay Millie, 1B, Marshall, G, Ray, 2020. Did we got break even? Oh, but always better than a loss. What's good? Pop, Sean, Edmundo, Naruto, Bloody Pips. Oh, what a name there. What up? Eli, what's Gucci? Pip trades, George. Flacco took shorts, but both trades got out on break even. What's good, RK? What's good, Sheriff? Good. I'm glad we're getting like new people to be here. Very nice. Wasn't longs, TPs hit. Now on my hands till cells look ready. I like that, Jay Jones. I like that. Long gold 3RR. Interesting. Very interesting. We'll look at that real quick because I really didn't cover metals yesterday, like at all. I wanted to short a little bit earlier and I decided not to. But I shared this in the Discord as well. But there was, I mean, it's not the cleanest buy model that we've ever seen, obviously. But Monday's high, right? So yesterday's high is here. It's also yesterday's London high too, I'm pretty sure. So general consolidation, not the cleanest, but again, still general consolidation. This could be seen as a distribution. And then here's distribution to go lower. We take the lows and then we rally consolidation. So like, here's your low risk buy right there. So the Y-slime model, here's your low risk buy. Inversions in here on the 15-minute as part of your first stage or first leg accumulation, and then second stage accumulation to go up to Monday's high. Beautiful market maker buy model. And the only reason I would short is just because the way we left this here, right? So those lows to me are just very clean, and I feel like that's going to be an easy sweep on that. But I will tell you, I don't, excuse me, I don't know if I put this in the market maker models masterclass video, that 4M video. I don't know if I put this in here, but to me, and this is just, again, my observation. What's good, Ricky? This is just my observation. I often see a lot of difficulty. I see a lot of, I guess, resistance, you could say, with shorting after the completion of a particular model, if that makes sense. So, well, let me give it to you this way. For example, since we're looking at currently a market maker buy model, right? I'm saying whenever we reach opposing liquidity after initially taking it, right? Meaning we took liquidity on the downside, so we seek upside. What I'm saying is, specifically, whenever we meet opposing liquidity, if I'm looking for shorts after that, I almost always have difficulty. Meaning, the market doesn't go my direction, or it does, but it just does so very slow. Or you can kind of see what it's doing here. Meaning we took liquidity, right? We traded lower, retracement, we don't make a new high, we drop down. But then look at what we did the rest of the time. Retracements are fine, but then we're slow and lethargic to go lower. As soon as we make a new low, you might think, oh yeah, we're getting ready to take those lows, and then it just comes right back up again. And then now it's a little bit lower, but then stagnant. That to me, I hate trading like that. You know, think back to yesterday, Bruce, Cameron, whoever else, Flacco or somebody. I don't mean to throw you under the bus if it wasn't you. I'm just trying to think of who it was. So remember yesterday, and you guys were trying to long, despite me telling you shorts were probably likely, right? You didn't want to listen to me. You did your own thing, which is fine. But you remember how you struggled. Man, the market's so slow. It's not going higher. I mean, it is, but it's just very lethargic and it's annoying, right? And then you saw shorts wipe everybody out, right? That like end of AM session heading into lunch, you just see down, 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 right? Shorts were so much easier, so much smoother, so much faster, right? That's why I was bitching at you yesterday, because it's fun. But it's kind of the same thing here. Longs obviously consolidate in different stages of a market maker buy model or a sell model, okay? And that's fine. But once it takes off, right? We see large up candles, a couple of down candles, that's normal, and then we see easy up candles. That's why I made that video, the best trade you'll ever take, or easiest trade you'll ever take, right? Because it's going to run to liquidity. To me, when the market isn't going to do that, it's not going to run liquidity, or at least not right now, right? At the time of whenever you're looking at charts, that's when things become really, really difficult, because you're trying to anticipate a move that the market is not ready to make. Does that make sense? So drop a like if that makes sense. I still haven't fixed my stream deck. I'm just going to throw this bitch in the lake. But almost 60 people, only 15 likes. You guys suck. I'm out here giving free sauce and you guys just don't like it. You don't like it. 2% on the buys. What's good, Felix? What's good, Hotwire? Much love from Atlanta. Nice. I'll probably never visit, but I appreciate it. What's good, Zach Joe? What's good, Paulus? Nothing against Atlanta. I don't travel a lot. Indices looking good for shorts. Yeah. And that brings me to my point. Oh fuck, we're missing good volatility because we're over there fucking with metals for too long. I'm over here trying to give you some juice. So the idea, okay, is we're obviously currently in an up close day, meaning as in if price closed right now, it would be an up close day. We have seen expansion to the upside, obviously. So shorting on a day like that, like a day like today, you have to be very, very precise, okay? Now, to me, we have internal range liquidity, the way that I view it, okay? I don't view imbalances as internal range liquidity. That doesn't even make sense. An imbalance is a lack of efficient delivery. So what does liquidity have to do with the lack of efficient delivery? It's fucking stupid. The way that I view internal range liquidity is actual liquidity that is within the range. That makes sense. The other shit, that's no one ever said that until teenagers became mentors. So I'm over all that bullshit. That to me is actual internal range liquidity. So that could be you know, something to attack, sure. But again, realize we are in an expansion day. So you would be trading counter. I don't want to say trend. I don't look at it that way, but you know, it's counter price delivery, I guess. We're above Monday's high, which is good. I usually don't want to short until some sort of liquidity is taken out. What did I say, Flacco? What did I say? You guys are always laughing. I can never be serious with you guys. Don't ever take me to a funeral, bro. Don't ever take me to a funeral. It would not. It's not it. He was such a nice guy. That dude was an asshole. What are you talking about? You know, I would just be. I can't take shit seriously, bro. Except trading, obviously, but everything else, whatever. Whatever. Oh yeah. No, I mean, you go on Twitter and half of them are teenagers, and it's just like, oh, buy my mentorship. It's like, bro, you can't even legally drink, and you have a mentorship. Like, what the fuck? What do you know? You know. So, I don't know. Anyway, let's take a look. The the NQ market. I found this intriguing a little bit earlier, and I wanted to share this with you. So yesterday, okay, let's review a couple things. Yesterday, we were in here. 12. No, that's not right. We were on yesterday's stream right in here. Okay. So I'm pretty sure I said this could go either way. It could go up to these highs, which I pointed out already, the triple highs back here, these highs right here. Or I said it could trade lower as well. Right? These lows back here. And then plus, like, that to me is an engineered low as well, because we stopped just before previous liquidity. So I was like, I could justify shorts, I could justify longs. So that to me is, you know, low probability. With today, obviously at our equities open, we traded higher and took whatever high that is, Friday's high. But what I want to show you is the rest of it. Meaning, like, you can tell that I have extended those gaps. You remember that? Let's go back to the daily for a second. You remember this from Wednesday, October 23rd and Thursday, October 24th. It was good, Haydar. So you remember this, right? And we started talking about that on, I think that was Friday of last week. And we split it, right? We cut it in half, and we talked about the high end, which is the premium, and we talked about the low end, which is the discount. And I told you yesterday, for a fact, I remember saying it. I said that gaps can be utilized more than once. They can be utilized more than once. It's not just like one and done. Okay? So we tagged into it on Friday, traded off of it. We tagged into it yesterday, traded off of it. But today, what did we do? Third time's the charm, right? That's what everybody says. So we trade through it. And since the previous two times, right, was the gap, you know, rejected it. I always say this, when a concept gets traded into that third time or that fourth time, it's less likely to hold. The more times it's tagged, the less likely it is to hold. That's what I believe. Okay. So we might not expect this daily gap to be bearish anymore. So what does that mean? Well, think about it. If it's not going to be bearish, what's it going to be? Price can only go three ways: up, down, or sideways. If it's not going to go down, that means now we have either sideways or higher, right? So if we are going to go higher, are we going to long in a premium, or are we going to long in a discount? Now this makes sense. Okay. So you think about what you've been taught over the years. And you think about if anybody has ever shown you something like this. If anybody has shown you something like this. I mean, maybe so. But are we going to long in a premium? Or are we going to long in a discount? We would want to long in a discount. Okay. So what can we back test? I mean, because again, I wasn't up for this, but what do we have here? A low, two more lower lows, and then a couple more lower lows. So we have a series of lower lows, right? Daily's bullish, because again, this gap has already been bearish twice. Probably not going to be bearish a third time. And at the same time here, right around 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock for ES is higher. You see that? These low resistance lows here, they are lows. They're not lower lows. So by NQ trading lower, what does that tell you? Manipulation. What's good, Libre? That tells you manipulation. And I've always said this, the one that manipulates usually what? The one that manipulates usually mitigates. Is that not a mitigation? Low, high, lower, low in the discount end of an old daily gap that I gave you already. Gave you that days ago, like a week ago. The one that manipulates usually mitigates. 1005, what's that? I don't know, John. I don't know what 1005 is. What is that? Macro, big fella. Look at that. Okay, I'm trying to see live price too, by the way. Our macro, our 10 o'clock macro. Okay, what's a macro typically do? It's either going to seek liquidity or an imbalance, right? Okay, do we have any imbalances? Well, that, I mean, we could argue depending on which time frame, but to keep it simple, do we have any real imbalances? Not really. So the market trades down and we seek liquidity below that low, and then again short term here. If that's manipulation into a discount, because remember, I'll show you this one more time. ES is higher based on this low. That's a higher low for ES. So that's manipulation into a discount during a macro. And then what do you see? We traded higher, made a new high of day. So that's very, very small risk, high reward setups. And that to me was nice for NQ. That was nice. Was good, Big James? So yeah, you tell me. Who has taught you something like that? Oh, 26. Okay. So this is what I don't like. That's that shit I don't like. The 5 minute, right? I mean, that looks like a mitigation here, but there's no imbalance on that time frame. And then, like, I think a couple of you said this already. We have some highs up here, which that's always, you know, difficult to short when there's easy highs like that. Now, yesterday I gave you a formula for shorting bullish retail concepts. We'll look at Dow Jones in a minute. Where you can have weakness on one of the indices. Like if this was weakness here for ES and that weakness displayed equal highs, that's still shortable. That's still shortable. Now, the difference is, though, our high of the day currently is small time frame, equal highs or low resistant highs. That I don't care for. Okay. So we'll come back to this in a minute, and we'll come back to NQ as well. We'll come back to this. Dow. Okay. Some of you might have studied this. Maybe you didn't. I was hoping that you did. I just didn't say anything in the Discord. I'm not always going to say everything. But we got that same shit, right? What did we do yesterday? We literally talked about this yesterday. 24 hours ago, we talked about this. Bullish retail concepts that we want to fade. But what qualifies the fade? What's good, Dr. J? I'm just keep it short. What qualifies shorting a bullish retail pattern? That we would need to trade lower, right? And we would look for a shift or, you know, a break of structure to the downside. And we really don't get that. You could argue that that low is taken here. You could argue that. But the range even after that is still, we're still seeing higher lows and we're still seeing lower highs until 1107. Okay. And again, I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but if you need to look at a line chart, that's fine too. So our line chart, we get a higher high here. We don't get a significant low that's broke into the downside. We actually get one that's higher. So that means, okay, we're not going to fade this retail pattern. So we get a retracement and then we launch higher. Okay. Now, why also, what would also help qualify this retail pattern as, I guess, valid to go higher? Well, this is where multiple, like watching multiple assets, this is where it comes into play. Okay. You know, sometimes they tell you, oh, just watch one market. Yeah, you're fucked. Okay. And this is why. That time, right around 11, whatever, what was this again? 11:11. Okay. 11:07 to 11:11. 11:11 is here for ES. And Monday's high is at 8:04 or 8:03 and a quarter or 3/4, right? So you got to really zoom out here, but that's Monday's or Friday's high, excuse me. Friday's high is here. So I mislabeled that. Sorry. I told you I've only been up a couple hours. I'm a little bit sleepy, okay? It's all right. I can do this half asleep, Chad. Don't worry about it. Okay. Friday's high. We have not taken Friday's high at that same time Dow was trading through that, you know, bullish flag pattern. So in that case, today with Dow, that bull flag would have worked, right? Retail patterns are not just going to not work ever. You will have instances where they do work. But I just told you yesterday how to fade them. And today I just told you how to confirm them. How do you fade it? Weakness on the other indices, either shift in price delivery, or what we went over yesterday was a break of structure against the idea. Today, we saw that ES was trading higher. It's getting ready to take Friday's high at the same time that Dow had traded through the previous structure of the 1 minute time frame. So this would not be something to fade because the other indices are going to trade higher too. So this to me though just seems like a fade to go lower though, I'll tell you that, because we have a bunch of lows at 41,915. So that's kind of why I was looking for reasons to short, but I saw a reason to go long, and it's like, okay, well, we can't short yet then, or we're just not going to trade at all. And then now we're here. So this could still trade lower to me, but you know, again, we do have elections here in the US, so shit might be not as clean. Okay. So you guys good with that so far? How to fade retail patterns, bullish patterns at least. How to confirm a retail bullish pattern, i.e. the bullish flag pattern. I didn't go over other, I usually don't go over other shit like head and shoulders and all the other bullshit. Usually it's just the flags that I talk about fading. But now you know a little bit more on how to do that, how to observe the masses and do the opposite, or how to observe the masses and know when they'll be correct. But even if they're correct, it's not going to be that way forever, right? I mean, the Dow, all the indices have traded higher, but Dow traded higher, created a bull flag, and then traded higher again. So how much more upside could you expect? You see what I'm saying? Wow, George. Yeah, you're something else, man. You are something else. The dollar index. Yeah. You know, personally, I don't know. I actually thought we were going to trade higher, to be fair. I'm glad I didn't say anything because I would have been wrong as fuck. But I've looked at this, man, and I honestly just couldn't tell you with high certainty. But I'm being upfront with you though. If I would have said something about dollar, I would have anticipated higher pricing, and I would have been wrong. But yeah, this let's trade a little bit lower. I guess it's not a surprise though, coming off of, we went from like 100 and a half all the way up to like 104 and a half in like a month. So I guess a pullback is decently necessary. It's not surprising. But you know, that actually, Ricky, that actually makes sense. The dollar trading lower is in alignment with higher indices. So that makes sense. Oh man, did we just get lower pricing and we missed it? It's kind of a bold face fucking down candle here on that 1 hour. So yeah, we'll watch this today, or at least I'll watch it. You can watch whatever you want. I'll probably watch Penguin later too. I don't know if you guys watched that. I watched, I guess, 4 seasons, and then season 5 was only like half a season, I guess, of Yellowstone. I watched that in like 2 weeks. So then I did some research and found out that they're gonna continue this show, but Kevin Costner's not gonna be in it and all this bullshit. So it's always some bullshit with actors, bro. But that's, you know, in life, there's only a few constants, right? Death, taxes, market manipulation, and the fact that shows always get worse at season 3 and beyond. The first 2 seasons Maybe 3 seasons are always fire, and then it just gets dog shit after that. Most shows, they just get worse after that. So it's not surprising. It is not surprising at all, my friends. But what do you guys think? You guys think we go for the lows, or you guys think we make a new high a day? Game of Thrones was cool, although the whole brother and sister thing, that to me, I don't know why they put that kind of stuff in there. I mean, I get it, it's a TV show, but I don't know, man, that's kind of weird to me. It's really fucking weird to me, actually. So I don't like how they put that in the show, but everything else was cool. And yeah, they absolutely rushed the last few episodes of Game of Thrones. Might go for the lows, then for the highs. Ray, I talked about silver already. House of Dragons was okay. House of Dragons is fucking gay. Which is not a big deal, but it's just like, when shows get political, dude, I just lose so much interest. And every show is fucking gay now. It's so redundant and boring. Everybody's gay. Everybody's gay. Like, it's so, like, bro. Come up with something original, you know what I mean? Come up with something original. One thing about House of Dragons, though, I wish they had a little bit more dragon fighting, though. The whole dragons burning people and shit, which is awesome, right? You know, it's action, it's great, but I feel like they didn't have enough of that, right? Too many politics and being gay. It's like House of Dragons, and we're not even seeing that many dragons. You know, you're kind of just dragging along this bullshit ideology. You know what I mean? So, how's that for a stand-up routine? You like that? You like that, chat? You get a free comedy show here, and no additional charge. Mm. We definitely crossed 50%, which is cool. But I really don't like the way we did that. Nice, Flacco. That was probably a good one too. Prison Break. I've seen Prison Break. I watched that a long time ago. But one thing you'll notice, if you watch a show too fast, you'll see exactly how repetitive it is. And it gets to the point where everything's predictable. Right? Oh, they're about to win. No. Something's going to go wrong. Right? Something's going to go wrong. Something's going to happen. And it's going to set everybody back. And then, boom, something happens. Everybody's fucked. Bam, new season. Or like, that's the season finale, right? And then it's just like, okay, they're going to fix it and they're going to move on. And it's like everything just becomes so predictable, and then it just gets boring, you know? I mean, price is the same way. When you know what you're looking for, stuff starts to get boring. But I've always argued that, you know, they say trading's not exciting. It's not exciting because you're taking fucked up ass trades. You know, you take a trade and consolidate, and that's why you're not excited. I take a trade, I try to take a trade, and if that's a second leg of accumulation, that's going to run to my TP. I'm absolutely going to be excited about that. What do you mean? Making money quickly is not exciting to you? Yeah. Yeah, you go in a court of law and tell the world that making fast money isn't exciting to you. I'm telling you, man, the advice that people give literally outs exactly who they are. But anyway, Succession was like that until the final episode. I've never seen that. Same thing with movies and even a lot of books. Yep, I agree. Oh yes, Ricky, that reminds me too. Whenever there's a car scene, you know, I don't even look at the actors anymore. I look out the window. Where's the bus? Where's the garbage can? Or where's the truck that's coming out of nowhere, right? When a scene has gone on a little bit too long, or there's only like 3 minutes left in the episode, but then when you get a scene change, it's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. They're in the car. And of course, what does the driver do? Look at the passenger and talk to the passenger, right? And then all of a sudden that bus or truck comes out of nowhere. Yeah, it's just, there's only so many ideas that people have. Oh, look at that candle. There's only so many ideas that people have when it comes to, you know, stories and drama, right? So once you know it all, like, that's it. Everything becomes boring. Libra, yo, I gotta pin that. That is fucking hilarious. I need to pin that, absolutely. I just saw a trader's post who said, if you want to double your win rate, you have to double your rate of failure. I asked Instagram to never show me this bullshit again. Dude, I do that almost every day. That's why I started screenshotting them, because I'm going to make that video. You know, John Fibonacci reacting to the worst trading advice, or, you know, some shit like that. And I have so much material, it's ridiculous. I have unlimited material. And I shared a lot of it with you already, but some of it I kept because I'm like, this is really, really, this advice is so bad. It's too good to like not make fun of it. You know what I mean? Like, you ever saw somebody that was just so stupid, you laughed at them, you're just like, I can't believe I met a person that is this stupid. You know? Like, oh my God, you're actually that dumb. It's hilarious. That's kind of what I think when it comes to a lot of that advice. It's just so awful. The Joker was a waste of time. The first one or the second one? I think I might have watched the first one. I don't think I cared for it. I don't know. I just think the whole idea of, oh, it's cool to be crazy, it's cool to have mental disorders and shit. Again, it's Hollywood. What do you expect? Everybody's gay. Everybody's crazy. Like, they're just pushing this narrative of be gay and be crazy. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't want to get I mean, it's obviously an election week in the US, but I don't want to get too, political. But you see it everywhere, bro. I talk about this a lot in my next book too. It's the narrative that Hollywood pushes. George, do you hear yourself? You watched Terrifier 3. As if you didn't know what it was going to be about after watching Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2. Here's my guess, George. You want to know? I didn't watch Terrifier 3. I haven't even seen the first two, but I've seen clips of it online. This is what I think. What happened? He probably walked around, killed a bunch of people very violently, and probably had a shitty ending. Now, you tell me if I was wrong or right, George. Was I right or wrong? I'm allowed to be wrong, but that's my guess. He probably didn't talk at all, probably didn't say a word, probably killed 4, 5, 6, 7 people violently, and then ended. Who do you think runs Hollywood? Satan, probably. I don't know. That's my guess. Oh, didn't see the first two parts of it? Yeah, see that? That's your mistake, man. That's your mistake, George. Going to watch a third movie, not watching the first two. Anyway. Macro coming up. Ooh, you know what, too? That was a beautiful inversion across the board. We had I'm not talking, by the way. I got music on, and I had the Sleep Token album on. The very last 5-minute imbalance was here. That got disrespected and then traded through here again, back into it. It's just an observation. And then this one here, which overlaps with Friday's high. So we traded through it here and revisited that multiple times. And the Dow one is here. The very last one, a little bit more distinctive. Traded through, back into it at 12.15. We're a little bit lower. And then for NQ, I think looks pretty not great. But we hung around there, then traded through it, and then there's your there's your inversion right there to go lower. This is what we'll do. Okay, 1250 to 110 is here. And that's a little bit more redefined when we get to the smaller time frame, because the macro is such a small window of time. It's only 20 minutes. So it's barely any larger or any wider than a 15-minute candlestick. So we'll give this a few minutes to pan out, see if we get anything. Again, if I had to say, I like shorts. Am I going to trade this? I'm not going to do it. My mind this week has already been, I told you yesterday, or it might have been Sunday, But I told you, I'm going to focus on some lesson plans, outline, some videos and stuff like that, which I've done. So I'd rather focus on that this week versus trying to find trades during an election week. So that's why I slept in yesterday. That's why I slept in today too. That and the weather's been kind of janky. It's been very. I haven't seen the sun in like a few days. It's been so cloudy and muggy outside. And yeah, Naruto, it's definitely some rabbit hole shit, by the way. And yeah, Flacco, I did mention that earlier. But it's not the cleanest though. I like, if I'm gonna play a mitigation, it has to be something that's obvious. Next video, psychology and how to get funded. So besides the live streams and the market reviews, because obviously that's going to be the next video's tonight's market review. Outside of that, the next video I'd like to do is, I finally like to get this out of the way because I've been talking about it for so long, is the mistakes video, like the common mistakes video. And then in December, I am going to try and release 2 of them. One of them is really easy. That'll be a short, that shouldn't be more than maybe a 10, 12 minute max video. But the other one I told you about yesterday, that's the video that I want to outdo every video I've ever done, which is a really cool idea. It's actually not an original idea. But it's pretty fucking cool. It's in my opinion, it's really cool. So I'm excited to do it. That's the only reason I can do it. Like, that's the only reason I can throw so much into a video, because if you're not passionate about something, it's not going to go well. Like when you struggle at work and you're like just bullshitting at work because you don't care about this job, you just need the money. You're not passionate about, I don't know, restocking shelves at Walmart, or like what I used to do back in 2018 was I was a forklift driver, right? Forklift certified, bitch. I would move stuff around the warehouse, move shit from over here to over here, or move shit to wherever. So, how much passion goes into something that you don't like? Not a lot. All right. So the open of the hour is coming up here in just a minute. So we have sell side down here. I know the camera's probably right there, but we have sell side down here. We have buy side up here. We've already crossed 50%, which I like for downside. But remember, there was nothing that was like super distinctive up here. I would trust this a lot more if we had something like that. Like if we had a wick right there, like that, I would have way more confidence to go short. Okay. So again, we'll give this a few minutes. We'll let it pan out. But it is an expansion day. Shorts would be counter that. And also, if we were shorting, 58.11 is buy side. So there is a chance that shorts could be wrong. All right, so full disclosure there. But gee, for the funded video, right? How to get funded. I think I'm going to push that for next year. So because I think instead, I didn't want to do it this way, but I think I'm going to have to now. And I don't want to do it. Obviously, I don't want to do it, but I will do it. I'll have to sit down with some of you individually. Like whoever had, like I know Josh got funded yesterday, right? There's a few other traders of you guys that are funded. And I want to sit down and have like short videos with you guys to include in that video. That's why I let you guys sign up. And no, I mean, we had a couple sign up, but then like one person got the timing was fucked up, so they never showed up. So it's like, okay, you guys don't read, you don't fucking show up to videos I offer you to do. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, bro, I can't get nothing out of you guys. I can't get nothing out of you guys. So you make it difficult. You make it difficult, chat. That's what you do. So you're all fired. You are all fired. Yeah, so look, let me finish the common mistakes video. Let me have the video after that. And once I do that, then I will start scheduling you guys in for calls in order to put that out there. Well, I mean, think about this, chat, as we close the stream here in a couple minutes. Think about this. How much more credible would it be? Okay, imagine for a second that you weren't funded. Imagine that you weren't funded. And there's people out there, you know, oh, I'm funded with this, or I'm max funded over here, or whatever. And then you saw a video that was like, hey, I'm funded. I'll show you how to get funded. But I'm going to include like 5 or 6 of my own students that are also funded, and you'll hear from them too. Right? How much more credible is that to hear from a group of people that aren't paid to say stuff, because I'm not paying you for it, because it has to be authentic, that I'm also going to include your certificate, right? Your funded certificate in that video. So it's like you're hearing from a group of people versus just from one person. You see what I'm saying? How much more credible is that? And that's why I want to do it that way. You know, I have 700 videos, almost 800 videos on this channel. It's obvious that you can learn from me, and that's fine. But I just think a step above that is saying, look, we have a Discord, we have a community here, and if it was just 1 or 2 people funded, that's ass. But there's a ton of you that are funded, and that's why I want to do it that way. It's the credibility aspect of it. So hopefully you can appreciate that. Let me actually scan real quick the other indices, and then we'll hop off of here. Yeah, they all kind of made that low and then a higher low here. They all did that. So I don't know. That's the open of the 1 o'clock hour. So what was it? The first 10 minutes, we haven't really done a lot. We have not done a lot. Let me just check silver as well. Yeah, see, it still hasn't taken those lows. Still hasn't done it, champ. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. You know, here, I'll close it with this. What I would be interested in is watching price action around the release of whoever the supposed winner is of the election. And then the evening session of that night, the London session following, and then like the next day as well. Just to see if there's going to be a spike in volatility. Appreciate that, Adrian. Thank you. Thank you. I do what I can for the people. You know, people over profit. That's like practically my middle name at this point. You know, not to, I don't want to start no shit, you know, but it's like companies out here changing names and shit, changing logos and changing names and all kind of shit. Not me. I've always been John Phibb. Well, not always, but my real name's Jonathan, obviously. But it's like me changing my name to Fibonacci started off as a joke, and then I never changed it. I never changed it back to my real name. And then I got known as John Fibonacci, so I can never change it again. And now it's stuck. Like I'm John Fibonacci, and that's it. You know? But I've never changed it. You know? We've been SMS for almost 2 years. I don't remember exactly when it started, but it's been almost 2 years. You know, I was given a chance to do business with a different organization, but they said I had to drop the SMS name. So I was like, that's not fucking happening. That ain't fucking happening. And it won't happen. Appreciate that. All right, Adrian, you're a little bit wilding with that last message, but I appreciate it. I wouldn't want to be the president of anything. No, it wasn't GFU, Felix. I'm not even, bro, I will never join another MLM. I will never do that. I don't. The MLM business model is not a bad model, okay? It's not. Where MLMs go wrong is the character and the ethics behind it. And that's what I don't care for. You know, people begging single moms to keep their $200 a month subscription because they want to remain a certain rank at a company and all this bullshit. Like, I can't fuck with that, dude. I can't. So people are struggling, man, and not just in the US. So I tried like a motherfucker, dude. I tried so hard to help bring leadership awareness, right? Dude, I've read over 20 books by John Maxwell. Most of it I did in, I think it was 2021 or 2022. And people that are above you just generally don't want to listen to you. Like to people that are below them. Like, oh, I'm a higher rank, or oh, I'm corporate and you're just an educator, or you're just whatever. Like, what do you know? It's like, well, apparently a lot more than you, bitch, because my community is growing and yours is ass McGee. So what the fuck you mean? What do I know? You know, ego is the enemy, right? And there's a whole lot of ego in the MLM industry. You know, like, I never wanted to say this, okay? Because I'm really not supposed to. But really, I don't give a flying fuck, bro. I'm not gonna name the person's name, but I will say they had a conversation with somebody that I know. I don't talk to them anymore, but I know who they are. And in this conversation, they were talking about a specific product and why this product was not promoted. And, you know, I don't remember the exact verbiage. I didn't even hear the conversation. I was just told about it. But the person that was being spoken to about it, it was a very, very high ranking person within a not specified company. Okay. Company A, nobody specific. And this individual said, oh, I've made over $30 million in this business. What could you possibly tell me? And that is the exact, that right there is the problem in the MLM industry. Ego is the enemy. You think about it, okay? Not just one company, but think about all of the companies, okay? And how many people have spoken at these events, right? People like Bob Proctor, rest in peace. Okay, Bob Proctor. I'm not going to get into what he talks about, but you know, whatever. People believe it. Okay. But how many speakers actually talked about character, ethics, you know, principles, stuff like that? You know, I've seen John Maxwell speak at different MLMs, but he never spoke at the MLM that I was a part of. You know, somebody like Ryan Holiday. I like Ryan Holiday. I don't like everything he has to say. He's, you know, he's kind of he gets a little woke sometimes, and that's trash. But generally, I have all of his books. I have signed copies. I have like special editions of shit. I don't even know how much money I've spent at the Daily Stoic website and all of his books. Never saw him speak at a MLM, you know? And so it's just like the people you want to emulate, that I want to be like. And none of those people spoke at these other events. I was at an event one time, dude. I'm just going on a rant at this point, honestly, as we're watching price. But, you know, I was at an MLM event one time, and we got to listen to some guy from the UFC. I forgot his name, right? Some guy from the UFC. Now, I'm not against that. You know what I'm saying? The UFC, okay, I'm not a fighter, but I know in the UFC, like, those people are fucking vicious, right? They will beat your ass. You know what I mean? No harm, no foul. But like this dude, and he admitted this, he's been hit in the head so many times, he can't really formulate a complete sentence. And the guy's kind of like me. He can't speak without cussing like every other word. And we're not allowed to cuss on stage. That's what we were told. Right? So it's like you're exposing these kind of people, right? And it's just like, that's not the right type of content, I believe. And obviously I was right. I even wrote an article a couple years ago about it too, which is also public, and I've shared it. It's like why businesses and something else, like why entrepreneurship, why most people fail, right? The rise and fall of whatever. And we saw it play out over the years. We've seen a lot of MLMs just go to shit. Right. Why do you think I made a book page, right? The wall shelf. I have a real wall shelf, just so you know. The wall shelf on Instagram. That's my personal book page. I share many, many books that I read. Well, that I liked anyway. Why do you think I share stuff like that? That's where I get the content from. So, you know, matter of fact, let me put it to you this way. We had it was a private event. It wasn't a public event. It was a private event. And they invited fucking Jordan Belfort. Do I even need to say anything more? Jordan Belfort. What the fuck did he do? I don't know. How many financial crimes did he commit? Financial crimes. Right? And you're going to bring him to an event for traders. If you want to call those people traders anyway. Are you fucking joking? You know what I mean? It's just like, oh my God, dude. You could have invited someone like Paula Webb, for example. Everybody in the entire industry, in the trading industry, knows Mark Douglas. Everybody knows Mark Douglas because of Trading in the Zone or Disciplined Trader. Okay? But almost everybody knows or has heard of Trading in the Zone. Now, Mark Douglas passed away in 2016. Rest in peace. I think it was 2016. And Paula Webb is his wife. And she's written a ton of books as well. They're not as popular as Trading in the Zone, but, you know, they're pretty solid work. Why can't we have someone like her speak at an event? You're talking about the wife of the greatest of all time when it comes to trading psychology. And we couldn't invite her to an event to speak? You guys say I'm like, do you see where I'm going with this shit? To me, they just did so many things wrong. It's wrong. And then we watched everybody collapse. Everybody left. Nobody's ranked, at least in the US, you know? And it's like, it's a sad thing to see. It's a sad fucking thing to see, chat. But hey, what can you do? What can you do, chat? But what do I know? What could I possibly know? Oh yeah, or Pinto. That's why I made my price $25 a month. I wanted to undercut the MLM industry so fucking bad. I was like, you know what? Watch this shit. I will teach things that 99% of them don't know. I'll get as many people as I can. I'll help them the best way that I can in education to get funded as well. So we'll just have an army of really, really good traders that belong to a community that charges like a tenth of what the MLM industry charges. So I'll do a lot more for a lot less. That's my business model. Convicted, you know better than to ask me some shit like that. You know I don't vote. I've said that a million times. I don't vote. In an industry where people at the top have profit as, is there a part 2 to that, Naruto? Where the people at the top have profit as their priority, and that profit coming from more signups based on their priorities, what could we really expect from their leadership? Right. Well, you know, I mean, I've explained this time and time again. I made a video about it. Problems in the MLM industry. You know, everybody's business was a revolving door. And all you do is recruit. All you do is bring in, but you don't do shit for retention. You should see the retention I have on this channel. Now, mind you, retention is easier when you have a lot better price. That is part of it. So I can't, you know, entirely say that I have the greatest retention. I do. But price is definitely a big factor into it. But, you know, last month on this channel, was another all-time high for everything. Views, memberships, watch time, and whatever other metrics there are. Subscribers, all that. And it's continuing to grow. Now, sometimes there's a slight pullback, sure, but there is no 60% retracement. There's no 618s over here. 61.8% retracements. There's none of that. There's no deep retracements. There's no second leg distribution over here. None. We're shamed by leaders or gaslit or told that they are the problem and that they have the wrong priorities because they wanted to learn a skill set instead of growing. Right, Naruto. Well, how many people are having that same conversation? They're not telling you that you're the problem anymore because you know why? They're at a fucking job now. Look around. Most of them got fucking jobs now. You were shitting on jobs for so long, now you fucking have one. That is a shame. For them, at least. I'm not trying to shit on jobs, okay? I had plenty of jobs. Okay? I had plenty of jobs. But I'm saying a lot of these people shitted on jobs for years, and now they have one. They went backwards. You deserve it. Oh, shit. Some of them are in fucking jail. So we ain't gonna talk about that. I've already gone over the session like 20 minutes. I don't even want to get into that shit. Some of them are in fucking jail. But, you know, but who am I, right? Who am I? Right, selling courses, not trading anymore. Well, it's not that they're not trading now. They fucking never were trading to begin with. That's the thing. Oh shit. So anyway, man, let me get the fuck out of here, bro, before I keep talking shit. Cause if you thought I was talking shit now, you have no idea what I know. You have no idea what I know. Your mentor at the time is in jail? Yeah, that's a wonderful mentor, right? How awesome is that? Your so-called mentor is in fucking jail now. Anyway, a leader, here let me end it with this. Let me end it on a positive note. John Maxwell, all right? A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. You understand? I'll say that one more time just to make sure we're everybody hears it. According to John Maxwell, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Knowing implies knowledge. going implies action, and showing, I guess, implies generosity, right? Putting people first, putting people in a position to win, or at least in a position to grow, right? And that's exactly why I do the things that I do. I stream for free. I don't want to, hide everything behind a paywall. There's benefits behind the paywall, sure. There's a Discord and the market reviews and stuff like that. But that's optional. You don't have to buy a membership. Look at some of my chat members in here. I had the chat open today, right? Some of you aren't members, and that's fine. I can't force you to buy a membership. And even if I could, I wouldn't do that. But I teach for free 4 times a week. I have a ton of videos, ton of content, because I know how to do this. I do this, and I show how to do this. And that's it. That's the formula. Going the way, or knowing the way, going the way, and showing the way. That's the formula. And if you're in a trading MLM and you're not trading, what the fuck are you doing? So, anyway, those are the 2 alerts, 5811 and 5781. Those are the 2 alerts for ES. That'll be it, man. Y'all be good. Be blessed. All right. I'll put out the market review later tonight. We will be here, same time, same place tomorrow on Wednesday, the 6th. Again, be careful this week with the US elections and all that stuff. Just be careful. All right. Don't over leverage. Never do that. But this week especially, don't do that. All right. There might be some wild swings. I don't know. But this week, I think it's better to err on the side of caution. So you've been warned. So if you get your face ripped off, I'm going to tell you, I told you so. All right. So see you guys tomorrow.
Why are you never real? Whenever you appear, you leave me with that grace. I am trembling with fear, but I know that you will disappear just as I awake, a whisper in my ear. Well, I believe that somewhere in the past something was between you and I, my dear, and it remains with me to this day. No matter what I do, the scar will never fade. Stop the turning tide. It's just split what's left of the burning silence. Don't wait, cause this could be the last time you turn up in the reveries of my mind. I'll wake up to a suicide frenzy. Loaded dreams still leave me unbelievable.